Ziqi, who has been highly commended in this year's 2018 Tower Poetry Competition, where the theme was this year's secrets. And we have here a poem about that very secretive state of being a mermaid. But Ziqi, I wanted, before asking you to read the poem, to ask you a few things about it, maybe. Why a mermaid?
I wanted something that was like us on the outside, but was very different from us, like deep down. I wanted to explore like the theme of alienation and a sense of belonging, and the aspects of the secret, which were like shame and fear, and that tied in with being a mermaid.
There are quite a lot of stories, aren't there, associated with mermaids when they move on land, and they're not always happy, I think. There's a line which I'm anticipating you're reading the poem here, but because it's a line that turns up twice. You have better mad with the crowd than sane all alone. And I just wondered what your thoughts are about that line and what it might mean here.
I think I read it ages ago in a book called How to Use Your Enemies, and it was like a manual for like politics, but I found it really applied to also how to like blending in and being yourself. Yeah.
There's another thing I'm going to ask you, predictably, because I'm an English Dom, I'm going to ask this. But why do you think you wanted to use those little words from Milton, nor knows'nt yet, which, if I remember rightly, describe the serpent before the fall? Is that right? I can't quite remember. But it's Paradise Lost, certainly.
I found it really interesting that they didn't write innocent, because there wasn't the idea of sin yet. So they, you couldn't really be innocent without, it's like you can't have light without dark.
Yeah.
So
there's a sense in which the word innocent doesn't exist at the point Milton's writing about, isn't there? Yes.
So these children, they're not innocent yet because they can't be innocent because they don't know anything else.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's fascinating, but it fascinated me to see a young poet at the point where the imagination is stretching hardest to capture something, finding those words from so long ago and getting the point of them in that way. It's remarkable.
Thank you.
But that's between you, me and Milton. So what I will do though, Ziqi, is ask you to read this poem, The Mermaid.
Enter a wanton dreamer of wrinkled and tarnished water. Who's this strange fish, rising, shivering, shrivelling, gliding, thirsty eyes thirsting for shore? She could be any woman at all, and yet better mad with the crowd than sane all alone. Legless nymph of sleepless sorrow, since fear is cracked and shame is shapen, the water torture of her secret pours into the evacuated channels of her spine. This scar, racing down the insides of her thighs, left, right, both for protection and mutilation. In cutting her tail, she carves out a home. Of course, the children point and cry, not incurious, nor knows'nt yet, why she smells of blight, white froggy-webbed fingers, and a need to have her brittle bones near the great, opulent water. They know there is something they do not yet know, better mad with the crowd than sane all alone.